So I'm continuing my Tarkovsky binge, Tarkovsky, whatever you want to call it, with 1975's The Mirror. Now, this movie was much shorter than the previous ones I'd watched. It was back in like average movie length, about 106 minutes. Um, it it has absolutely no narrative like cohesion. Um, Basically, it follows three time periods: pre-war, roughly 1935; wartime Russia, 1940s; post-war 60s and 70s. Um, you get the thoughts of a dying man, his memories of his wife, his memories of his child, his memories of his mother, his memories of his childhood, um, all kinds of memories, all from these different periods, all mushed together in 106 minutes. Um, Much like some of the other Tarkovsky, it goes back and forth between color and sort of a tinted. Uh, in this case, most of the tinted was just a pure black and white kind of tinting. Some of it is like dreamlike and like with floating hair and bodies and things, and some of it is just straight up memories. Some of it is memories of his mother's that are how he remembers them. Um, it's really much like Solaris, a look at how memories can define us and how we can continually get kind of lost in that um, flow of time. And instead of going forward with it, we continue to push against the stream going backwards. And this film is about how time isn't cohesive anyway, so why go backwards? Like that's kind of how I got what I got from it. I feel like this is the kind of movie that anybody who watched it would get something different from it. Um, there's one beautifully reoccurring shot of what is her name? Margarita. Ooh, how do I pronounce that? Margarita Tarakova, who shows up with her sort of head turned this way. I don't know if I'm going to do it right. Where you can see the bun in the back of her head and sort of her neck. And you see that shot. The first time you see that shot, you're seeing sort of 40s her, but later you see that shot when she's younger, and you see that shot when she's slightly older, and you see that shot when she's an old woman. The old woman's actually played by Andrei Tarkovsky's real mother. And this is quasi inspired by the life of his father, who was a poet and who reads his own poetry throughout the film. And so his father, I think, played the father character in this. I'm not sure, but the mother definitely played the mother. And no, the father reads his own poetry. That you don't actually see him, but at the end, his mother really does play this sort of quasi version of his mother. It's a gorgeous film, probably the most beautiful of the ones I've seen so far. Although Solaris was gorgeous as well. This was shot by Gorgi Rerberg, so not the same cinematographer from earlier ones. Possibly some of the best captured fire and shadow in color that I've ever seen in a film. Just wonderful things. I don't remember seeing a horse or apples, though. I'm a little disappointed that the horse and the apples didn't make it into this film. This is another one with a weird distribution issue where it was kind of released, but not really, and they refused to let the Cannes Film Festival play it. And much like Andrei Rublev, where in this film, The Mirror, at one point in an empty house, there's a poster for Andrei Rublev. So maybe he knew that this was another film that was going to be not received well and misunderstood, and so he's just like, I'm just going to tell him in advance by putting this poster up. I don't know. This film is sort of structured like a piece of music rather than a film, so it has its sort of ebbs and flows that are very lyrical, and it's not sort of a 3-act structure, not even close. There's not even sort of a 3-act structure within a non-narrative or non-linear narrative, so if you want anything like that, don't even try for it. It's just a lot of heavy symbolism, not heavy symbolism in the sense of like this is terrible, but heavy as in like this is symbols. Um, and it feels very stream of consciousness, but it's gorgeous. And apparently he'd been working on this screenplay for over 10 years, so that's probably why there's like so much going on in this film. You can get it on DVD, I believe, from the Criterion Collection, or you can stream it currently on Filmstruck, which is where I watched it. It's beautiful, rich. This restoration is gorgeous. This is 1975's The Mirror by Andrei Tarkovsky.